Hello and welcome to another edition of the GHM Spotlight and Recap. I'm your host, James Lott Jr. here on JLJ Media. No, don't adjust your TV set, your video sets, your whatever set. Don't adjust it. It's not crazy. It's not Lucretia Lyon. It's not Frank Moran, but it's a crossover. We got Tami Goveia.
Hey, everybody. Yeah. It's Lucretia Moran.
That's actually pretty funny. Lucretia Moran. I like that.
I am going to try to channel the both of them. I don't know. I can't.
I don't know if you can.
I can't. I am not even going to try.
Those two are something else. So she's here today joining us because she watches your hospital. And sometimes she comes in the chat room with us, as you know, sometimes. But she's going to come on and help me talk about this week. There's a lot going on this week on General Hospital on ABC. As you guys are coming in, I see people are coming in. Perfect. Come in. Chat room is open, so say hello. Been waiting all day for this breakdown. Okay, DJ, we're gonna give it to you. We give it all to you. Why not me Spotlight? Me, Amanda Russ, and Tami Goveia have already talked about it, and so it's out there for you to look at and peruse and get mad at me for. Who knows, or her. Go ahead and watch that. Listen to it. It's out there both. Bold and Beautiful Me Spotlight is out too. We really talk about some serious issues actually too, with the themes that they're bringing up. So that's out too right now. If you go to our Facebook, well, that too, it's on our Facebook pages. If you go to our Instagram pages for YNR and Bold, the links are in there and the shows are there. And I posted a snippet of us talking about Victor Newman. I just put it out about 10 minutes ago. It's out there on YouTube, on Twitter and Instagram, where we talk about Victor Newman and why we don't mess with him. So it's a fun little clip. You can see that. It's out there. We have a good time. Hello, Johnny Hayne. Hello, Tony. Everybody's coming in, so those are out. After this show, I am talking to three gentlemen that I love very much, or four gentlemen I love very much. Hamza Mania, Adam Woods, Flo Boyce, a friend of ours, and oh my God, I'm thinking of somebody else. Oh, and Josh Alonzo. I'm blanking all of a sudden. All these men, just men everywhere. So
it's raining men.
It's raining men.
Hallelujah.
Exactly. We got some fun. They're all wrestling people, but I'm calling it the Not Wrestling Show. So it'll be a lot of fun. So that's at 7 p.m. Go ahead and check us out there. Extra connections here on this channel. Hello to all the Facebook groups of GH Facebook groups. Thanks for letting me post this in your groups. Okay, so I'm going to do this little disclaimer. We're going to start doing this a little bit. We get in trouble on this show. We get in trouble all the time. But you guys in the chat room who I'm seeing who are saying hello, you guys know us. You guys are fine. This is an opinion show. We give our opinions. We don't just give recaps because you've already watched the show already. It'd be very boring. We just told you this happened next, this happened next. We actually give you our opinions. You have every right in God's green earth not to enjoy or like our opinions. That's fine. But if you come at us, tell me, like some person said to me earlier, that I should not do a show if we don't like an episode. That's not how that works. I'm not going to censor my host or co-host. We have opinions. You have opinions. We're all just here to share it. Everybody's here to talk and have a good time, and it's okay. There's too many fandoms, too many couplings, too many ships, too many that we can't please everybody. We're just not going to. This is not going to happen. But we like doing these shows. We love these shows, and a lot of times when we're talking smack about a show or two or in a storyline, it's because we care. And Frank said it last week on our show. He's like, we do care about these shows. We do. Someone asked him, why do you do this, Frank? He's like, I love these shows. We love these shows. Sometimes some shows are just not good some weeks, and sometimes they are just out the park. So that's, you guys talk about it. We talk about it. Everybody talks about it. That's what we're here for. Thank you. The fine folks of JLJ Media. Oh, and check out my chocolate twin, Tony Moore, and I was in there a little earlier for audition days. There's him, Ariselli, and what is his name? The other black guy. His name? Oh my God, I'm blanking his name. Justin Harold. Yes. One of the
Justin, that's right.
They're on there talking about audition days. So you check that out. I was like, I don't have bald hair anymore, so that's crazy. So, Tami, it's so fun to have you here.
I am so excited. I'm actually kind of nervous.
I know you never done a show like this show together. Even other shows together. No. So, okay, so we're going to start with somebody you know from Days of Our Lives, the whole Victor Peter reveal with Liesl.
Yes.
I already said this online because everyone on here knows. So before you start sending me letters, everybody knows how much I hate the character of Peter. I've never hidden it. I've never subsided. I talk about it all the time.
What?
I know. No, everybody in the world knows that I do not. That actor will not be on the show probably. You probably see me, I'm sure. So for me, this was so far-fetched and just so ridiculous to me that I started laughing, actually. I thought it was funny. So Peter shows up with a gun while she has a knife to his throat.
Right.
What do you think about
what's
this?
far-fetched? You mean the pairing of Victor with Peter, them working together?
The fact that he survived the jump. Victor is working with him and scoots him out of the water. No one saw Victor scoot him out of the water. Like there's no, like, you could tell a helicopter or something. Like, I don't know. And then suddenly he's fine without a scratch and threatening Liesel.
Oh yeah.
It's
that actually surprised me for a millisecond. She pulls a knife on and Charles Shaughnessy is so awesome. He just smiles. Like, it doesn't matter what she does.
No, he loves her.
You know, he loves Liesel so much. And he just smiles. Are you sure you want to do this? You sure you want to play it this way, Liesel?
Right. He's like, sure. He's like, whatever. Sure. And he shows up out of nowhere. There's no doors or anything. They just show up out of anything. They show up out anywhere.
Well, you can only imagine, like in my imagination, the doors are riddled with those revolving doors. Like you push a book in and then the door revolves and then someone comes in. Yeah. Not Cassadine Island, where Nicholas lives.
Spoon Island?
On Spoon Island. Don't they have the tunnels?
There are tunnels, yeah.
Right. So how do you get into the tunnels? There's some kind of...
I don't know how to get in there with the catacombs. I don't know how to get in there.
At least that's in my mind. So her room's got all these secret doors, and that's where Peter swooped in. And I'm trying to remember who said Victor and Peter teaming up together. What's in it for Victor?
No, because remember, Liesel got to Drew.
Right.
That was a shocker. Also, because he just dragged her off.
That was awesome.
He wouldn't let Peter kill her. No, of course not. That's his business.
Right.
But I think Victor knows something's off with Peter. I think he knows. He put him in his place. He's like, you're not in charge. He said, you're not in charge. No, you're not in charge.
Right. Stand down.
Yeah.
Boy.
You're not in charge.
Yeah.
But they dragged her off. Like, where are they taking her? And they threw him a Drew.
I totally did not expect that.
Nope.
I don't know where I expected them to drag her off, but
I know either.
When they threw her in there with Drew, I thought, oh my God, now they're going to be locked up in there. I didn't know as to, give him antibiotics or whatever she was there for. But I guess since they lost the nurse that they kidnapped, they needed someone else to attend to poor Drew, who, thank God, he's a former SEAL because he can take all the beatings he's getting.
Yes. I love his reaction to it. It's like, aren't you somebody bad? Like, aren't you bad? It has been years, kind of. A lot's changed, Drew. She's a lot different now than she was before. But that's what she said. What's in it for Pete? What's in it for? I almost said Shane. Oh my God. What's in it for Victor? That's what
what's in it for Victor.
You want to know, like, what is it like? I'm curious too.
Yeah, I was just going to ask you. I didn't miss anything, right? We don't know really. What's in it? What does he want? He's got Liesel,
right?
And Peter wouldn't be the way to get Liesel anyway.
No.
So yeah, I don't know. But I really want Victor to put Peter in his place. Like someone needs to take him down.
Yes. Like, yes, Tammy's a surprise. Everybody was like, Tammy's there. Surprise. I know she's there. Surprise.
Surprise.
No, so I don't. But I'm with them. They were trying to think about it. They were trying to brainstorm together about it, and I agree. Port Misery is in here. Our friends of Port Misery. Love the ladies. I love Port Misery. Love you. Victor is clearly the king of Crete now. Oh well, yeah. Well, now Victor rules everything because the doctor is looking at what Chloe called him. The guy works at the cafe.
He's got his peeps. He's got his peeps everywhere.
I noticed I'm glad you found this too.
What did you think about the casting of Charles Shaughnessy?
I'm excited. Why not? He's played good guys for so long.
That's it. That's what threw me. It's like, whoa, wait a minute.
Because Teo was so good. Teo's good at playing nefarious guys, who are, they're bad, but he's wink, wink, smile, smile.
Yeah.
And he was the previous victor. So it's kind of funny they didn't bring him back, or he didn't want to come back, or whatever the deal was. To bring him, I thought, inspired choice. Give Charles Chauncey something to do. I mean, give him something different to do. I'm sure he's excited to play this character. He's playing with the wink too. He's playing with the wink.
Yeah.
But you can tell he's a bad guy. He's not a good, he's a cast iron, so he's evil.
Yeah.
He's a cast iron.
Yeah. I love him. So it was just a surprise because, like you said, he always plays good guys. So this will be fun. Yeah. This will be fun.
This will be totally fun. I think it's going to be very interesting to see where he goes with this. And Liesel's in this position she's never really been in before because no one's been obsessed with her before.
Yeah.
She was obsessed with Faison. I love it when she says, I prefer Heinrich.
Or as Dante used to call him, Caesar.
Caesar, I know Caesar.
Just to piss him off. Hey, Caesar.
Hey, Caesar. I love it. I mean, it's just so I think Victor is Valentine's real father. I think he's a Cassadine. I think he's a true Cassadine.
You think he's a Cassadine?
He's not trying to be a Cassadine, but him and Helena did something. She was a hoe back in the day. Probably. She slept with everybody. Mm-hmm. So her husband slept with everybody.
Helena had itches.
She had itches and he's scratched. So I think that is will be very interesting to see how that plays out.
I almost like him not being a Cassadine.
Me too, but I just have a feeling.
You just have a feeling?
Because now Victor and Anna are there. I mean, Anna and Valentine.
And Valentine. He passed out, James.
Well, first after him and Anna got close.
He finally gets her.
Mm-hmm.
And my God, that was a kiss.
Yes, it was.
I'm jumping ahead. Let me know.
No, don't do it. So yes.
Oh my God, that was a kiss. And then I don't know if this was improvised. They kiss and they part. And Valentine says, "You're a good kisser."
I know. I love it. I
just melted. I was like, oh my God. Mm-hmm. I love them together. Do you like them together?
Too. Oh yeah, I'm a Vanna fan. Oh yeah, completely.
I love them together.
Vanna all the way. They're good together. So they're on the hunt. So now they've been brought there. So I'm wondering if Scott will finally make it there.
I love Scott's devotion to Liesel.
He told everybody. He's telling everybody. And he told Brett, I'm in charge now. I'm gonna find Liesel.
Yeah. And Nina, boy, did he lay into her.
Woo! But
all your fault. All your fault.
Let me give her a card though. Anyway, you're gonna need it. You're gonna need it.
He's always hustling for his next job.
Like, either gonna be sued or. I was laughing so hard. I was like, "You're too much, Scotty. You're too much." So he was pissed at Nina because literally everything doesn't have a ripple effect. It all had ripple effects. It did.
So everything's Nina's fault. This is all Nina's fault.
Isn't that crazy?
Everything.
But I feel like everybody's bad, so they all kind of deserved it. Another story. We'll talk about that. We'll break that down. I was on Nina's side for a minute. We'll get to that. We'll get to that in a second.
Mm-hmm. But one more thing. If I was being held captive, those are really nice digs. Like that bed looks so comfortable.
It does look comfortable.
I just wanted to crawl up in there. I was like, fine, you want to hold me captive? I'm gonna just take a nap for a few days.
It does look comfortable. that I will say that definitely. I'm trying to decide. There's like 2 or 3 storylines I really want to talk about. So I'm trying to decide which one I want to save for later. We'll go into it right now.
Okay.
Because hello you guys. Hi Will. Hi Dolores and everybody there. Okay. I was shocked that they just gave it all up. Basically Thursday, at the end of Thursday, end of Friday, Spencer's like, I'm the stalker. And he just blurted, he told everything. I was like, oh.
Yep.
Yeah.
It was, and you've seen me react this way, but I was speechless. Like sometimes I'll yell at the TV, or sometimes Ernie will be, because Ernie watches GH with me. Well, he watches all of them now, but GH was our original show together.
Yes.
And, I'll yell at him, blah, blah, blah. But that left me speechless. And I was just.
I know.
I was like this.
I know. because I was like, oh, because it all became a mess. It really became. I was like, how's this gonna work out?
Jim, James, it was a shit show.
Jim.
Why did I call you Jim?
You never called you Jim before. No, it was because
it was a shit show.
Because it was falling apart. Everything because you had Sonny busting up, just like giving Nicholas the riot act, and Nicholas was like, "What the f are you talking about?" Like he didn't know. Like he's like, "What are you talking about?" Like what do you like? He's completely two goons, but he's like, "I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's going on." Rona's Kate, I get that. She thought it was gonna be a dream sequence. I totally get that, but it's not.
Oh,
but it's not. It's not. It's like it's always too much now because they would have revealed that later in the show or whatever. But anyway, but no, I thought that too. But no, anyway, so you have that going on. Then you have Trina and Cameron thinking they got Spencer by showing him the picture of talking to Sonny. And then, but they're like, but then Sonny's in there. And he's too good. Like they were getting nervous about that. Meanwhile, Jocelyn, I mean, it was like a lot of stuff going on. It was just like, where is this going to land? And I was like, oh my God. And Spencer said, that was Esme. That was Esme. That she did for me. I was like, oh my God. He just literally.
So the minute Trina showed up at the house and Cameron looked at her with that, what the F are you doing here? And she's like, what the F are you doing here? That's when I knew, oh, this is going wrong really, really fast. Yes. Oh, no, this is not good. Esme had gone, boom, boom, boom.
Right.
I felt bad for Cameron and Trina. I felt bad for poor Nicholas because he had gotten his butt kicked by Ava's goons.
Yes.
He's still recuperating. His ribs are still recuperating.
Yes.
And I really thought Sonny was going to see through Esme for some reason.
I did too.
I really thought, he could sniff out that something wasn't right, but he didn't.
Tami, you're still in shock, as Kimmy just said. Tami, you're still in shock.
I am, but I said to Ernie, okay, it kind of makes sense that Spence finally came forward for a couple of reasons. First of all, Sonny's back in town.
Yes.
Sonny's back in town.
We're gonna get to all that, of course, but yes.
He can pull the wool over everybody's eyes, but he can't pull the wool over Uncle Sonny.
No.
And he was gonna spill the beans to Cam anyway.
Yeah.
Until everyone started showing up, right?
Well, because it's their fault. They set it in motion. Because Esme thought she was going to do whatever, she was going to get it, jump on it, and so then there you have it. So they all started arriving at the Windermere. It went out, like you said, it went out of hand.
What had me crying with laughter was when Nicholas said, "Well, what about the explosion?"
Right.
Without missing a beat, that was Esme. And I said to Ernie, oh my God, he threw her under 500 buses right
there. Yeah, just like that.
There was no me trying to cover for nothing. That was Esme. Nope. But he didn't know, you know what? He did say it was my idea.
Idea.
It's all,
he said, don't blame. He said, it's all me. He said, it's all me. But no, but it's still, it's a lie. But he still threw Esme under a bus. He still said it.
Yeah. Yeah. And I did.
Okay. Go ahead. Look, I know this is so much. Go ahead.
No, I did love when Esme ran into Ava at the spa.
Oh yeah, at the spa.
When she realized it was a lie.
Yes.
Ava's like, what are you talking about?
So I knew that was going on my brain going, is Ava going to say something that there was that going on too? She's looking at her like, this girl's a trip. Ava was looking at her like, this bitch is crazy. She was looking at her. Ava saw it. Ava had that look and she was like, Morris is so good. She was like, and then she goes, wait a minute, hope we're not here to see him. And she went on her whole tirade about do not get close, do not talk to him. And Ava's like, whatever, bitch, whatever. She's just like, whatever. But Ava caught, that's the thing. Is Ava going to catch him? They're going to go, I mean, there were so many, it was a good story. There were so many things going on that was just like converging. And yeah. I just thought what was funny was, and I agree with you, Port Misery, Sonny was like, I'm not apologizing to you, Nicholas. So screw you. I don't care. I'm not bothering you. And Spencer, we'll be talking later. I was like, ooh. Because when he was like, but your cousin, your little cousin, I'm like, oh. See, that's the part I think everybody's I think that's the part everybody was kind of like, you crossed the line there. And Sonny don't play that. I mean, that's like, he was like, you're a little girl, your cousin, your little cousin. Well, it was supposed to hurt her. It was just, I'm like, Spencer, you're missing the effing point. Shut the F up. Sonny's just like, I'll get to you later. We'll discuss this later. I was like, ooh, I don't want that to happen. Oh, I'm sorry. Just go ahead and get your tail between your legs and take the beating, Spencer, because you're gonna get his Sonny's gonna go off on him.
That's his Spencer girl. So showed his juvenileness. Is that even a word?
I don't know.
When Sonny said Avery could have been hurt, and Spence said, but she wasn't. I thought, oh, to your point, James, shut the F up, Spence. You are not, just stop. Stop. You put Sonny's daughter in jeopardy like that. Just.
And he said, I'm going to talk to all of your parents. Because I'm disappointed in all of you. I was like, oh.
Yeah.
I was like, that was going on. Like I said, and you got Ava over there, and then Homegirl's trotting up to Ryan, like, hi, like I said, hi, Daddy, whoever he is to her. But her and Joss, I wrote some lines down that I loved.
Oh my God.
Joss was on top of her, like, no, bitch. I'm on to you. But it's just sad that she couldn't hear them. Joss like, I can't hear them.
Which is such malarkey, whatever.
Because
you have people standing at the top of the stairs in the hospital who are overhearing conversations that are all the way at the bottom. And she couldn't hear. It's just like, makes me crazy.
I know. I was like, okay. But when she confronted her, though, I'll tell you, my line from Esme, I get to Esme, she said, minding your business is free. Minding mine will cost you. I was like, that's right, bitch. I might be a fan of yours. That's a good one. I guess a good line. That's a good line, girl. Because Joss was in her face like, yeah, bitch. I know your feelings. Oh, yeah, okay, whatever. Be more than your problem. I mean, Joss has been good. Even McCoy's working it out. Joss said, I survived now. And when she left earlier, she can't scrap Jason. She fought with Nell. Remember, she beat Nell there.
Yeah, absolutely. She's like, if I survive Nell, please, I can handle Esme. Like, I got this. Don't worry.
Remember, they had a fight on the pier. Her and Nell had a fight on the pier. She said, okay, bitch. And she smacked her, but they had a fight on the pier.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. So,
she's not going to be duped by Esme or anyone else.
Oh, no. Hello, she's Carly's daughter.
And I just, oh my God, there's so many beautiful moments. And I love that General Hospital is investing the time in the younger generation.
Yes. Yeah.
Days is doing a really good job of that. And so is GH. The other two shows, not so much. And they really need to.
Yeah, they do.
They really need to.
Daisy Flower 40, I do agree. She's a true Spencer. She could scrap with the best of them. Oh, yes, it's 49 people are watching. Hi, 49 people watching.
Hi, guys.
Thank you. Hit that like button while you're here. But also she was raised with the Quartermains. They're scrappy too. So remember, she's Carly's daughter. She was co-raised with the Quartermains. Because her dad. I mean, because her uncle and all that. She was around everybody. Jocelyn has Jax. She's a Jax. She's around Corinthoses. She's around Quartermains. Her godfather is Sonny. Not Sonny. Sorry, is Jason. Josh is yes. Mark M. Loving Me by James. Happy to see Tami. Yeah, Tami's our special guest today.
Hi, Mark.
Esme is a mini Nell, but I think Nell is a little more than Esme is so, because she's so almost cartoonish herself, thinking she's too cocky. She's too cocky. She thinks she's getting away with everything. And laughing as adults looking at her, because Kevin looked at her too a while back, like, something wrong with this bitch too. Like
Harmony nailed it.
And Harmony guys, Harmony got it too.
Nailed it. Said to Lex's, if you care about your nephew, then you'll make sure he stays as far away from this girl as possible.
Yes.
Ryan.
I don't care. He can blink hard enough. He's gonna hurt his eyes.
He's saying go. Like, oh man.
I know. That's crazy. Woo! Yes, this podcast happens once a week. So go ahead and check us out. Totally subscribe. Thank you for subscribing, Dolores L. Thank you so much. I love having new people. No, definitely. Yeah, no. He couldn't blink fast enough. He was not happy to see her on Friday when she showed up at the end. Who knows what she's going to say to him? But Kevin, when she was trying to out psychiatry, Kevin was like, oh really? Okay. Kevin was like, keep talking, keep talking.
It's like, here's a book to read. I'd love to pick your brain. Yeah, here's a book.
Yeah.
Here's a book.
Right. And when he talked to Nicholas that day, he was like, Nicholas, she's something else. She's high maintenance. She's high maintenance. She's something else. He was completely, he got her. They all clocked her. But I even think Spencer feels she's too much for him too. He's got himself in. He's immature. He thinks he's so mature and worldly. He's not.
See, I don't think Spence gets it yet. I think he really still believes that Esme has his back. And I think she does, as long as she gets to live on Spoon Island and has a certain standard of living. I don't think she's as psychotic as Nell, but we don't know because she's adopted. And there's nothing wrong with being adopted. I'm just saying there's that whole storyline that if she stays on the canvas, it's going to be about her. That's where her issues are going to come from.
Ooh, and someone in the chat room Jason's brought in the chat room.
What happened?
Oh, yeah. Wait till Grandma Laura comes back.
I hate when she leaves.
When she comes back, she has to take a vacation.
I know, but I hate it. Jeannie, come back. I know you like your vacations and you deserve it, but come back.
Yes, but wait till she finds out. When Laura reads you, it's like you feel like every mother in the world is reading you. I mean, it's like when Laura reads you, and she believes she defended him, and it was she's gonna freak the F out. She's gonna go. I mean, Spencer's gonna feel like the lowest person. The lowest person. Because Sonny and Laura are two people that he really looks up to and respects. He don't really respect anybody else. Those are the two he respects. When they both go off on him. Oh,
I can't wait.
Can't wait. No, I can't. It's gonna be good.
I can't wait.
It's gonna be good. But Trina, her whole thing. Yes.
When Ava walked in on Friday.
Yeah, that too.
But
tomorrow's gonna be good.
It's like and the end. I'm like, no.
Tomorrow's gonna be good. Because he's denied it. He's denied. Oh my God! All the stuff like Nina. Everything he did went in motion. But see, it's the Avery thing. It's the Avery thing. That's why Sonny said he couldn't be really, no matter what happened between him and Ava, he totally gets it. And he respects her decision, actually. That's why he was pissed thinking they would take him away. But he was like, but I was thinking, how do you believe this person you don't even know over whatever? But either way, it's going to set up for some interesting scenes coming up. Spencer is, oh my God.
It's just going to be fireworks.
We have to mention a cutie. I think I wrote his name down. Played for one episode, a recast of Nicholas.
And what'd you think of him?
He's cute. I've got his name already. But I thought he's fine.
He actually sounded like the other actor.
Yes.
Like if you close your eyes.
Yeah. Because I like the fact that was a funny scene, actually, with Scott trying to figure out what they should do. Should they date other people? They tried, didn't work. All these different things. So they were talking about all this stuff. It was kind of fun. But Scott really does care about Liesl, cares about Ava. It was like, he's like breaking our hearts. It's like, oh my goodness. Oh my God.
And Jason in the chat room says another person that's going to be disappointed in Spence is Britt.
Oh, yes.
And those are the three people. Those are the three that's Spence looks up to, right? Laura, Sonny, and Britt. And all three of them are going to just be
I've got that. Oh, yes. Adam Huss, thank you. That's his name. Thank you, Marlon. Adam Huss. He's cute.
Yeah, no, he was good.
He was good. He fit right on in. He fit right on in. So that's fine. Somebody in the chat room asked earlier why I do that for one episode. Sometimes I do shows too. Sometimes you have to. The show must go on. It's like a play or something. You have to. Sometimes, even for one episode, you don't want to rewrite it and change. It's trust me. I do it for a living too. It's the hard. sometimes it's just easier to get somebody to play the role to really fulfill that storyline beat.
Ernie said the same things. Like, why did they bring him in for just one scene? Like, what couldn't they have just like worked around it? And like, it doesn't always happen that way.
Not always. Sometimes they can do it sometimes, but it just, yeah. And that's like, because now, as you know, I do this myself now. I understand it better than I did before. But I thought he did an admirable job as Spencer. I mean, as Spencer, as Nicholas. So I thought it was fine. It was like Rick can't judge. She can judge if she wants to. She can still judge. They all is. But anyway, but it's come to a head faster than I thought it was going to. I mean, I'm glad it has. I'm kind of tired of it going on because Ava, you guys mentioned in the chat room a little earlier. Oh, 54 people watching now. Wow. Ava did the Cher tour. Remember Cher went on tour. Her farewell tour went on for 5 years.
Yes,
I think I saw it twice.
Yeah.
In Vegas. I'm like, Ava needs to leave. She's seeing bye to everybody, going to stop by everywhere. Those papers. I was like, this bitch is never leaving town. She's never leaving town. What? I mean, I love. I don't want her to leave.
Right.
But now she's not going to leave, obviously.
Right. Thank God. It's like, I don't want her off the landscape. Laura's gone. Jeannie Francis is gone. I don't want Maura gone. Like, no.
I know. So it was just very interesting that let's see if there's anything else in that storyline to mention. I want to make sure I got everything. Let's see. I think there's everything in that storyline. I think, yeah.
I think that's it.
Because within that storyline, it was Spencer and Sonny did reconnect in person. That was their first time seeing each other. But quickly, of course, it went downhill.
Yeah.
I mean, 35. Yeah. It's been 35 days, you guys. That's so funny. She's been saying goodbye for 35 days.
Was she really?
That's hilarious. I mean, it seemed like forever. Oh,
I love that, Port Misery. That's awesome.
That's funny. If it has been, I'm not surprised. But seriously, it went on forever. I mean, I was just like, this bitch is never leaving. She went and saw Kevin. I love Kevin and Ava's relationship.
Love them together. I'm glad she can finally look at him now and not see Ryan.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, I did like that a lot also.
So do you think Ava visiting Ryan before she left is because she really thinks he's behind it?
I think so.
Or has something to do with it?
I think so. I think so. Because again, they ruled out Spencer.
Yeah.
I mean, so who else could it be? I mean, seriously. So Ryan is sitting there. Makes sense to me.
She grabbed his ear.
I know, I love it. She always touches him when he like this thing. She knows he's like, I just love that. She's the bomb. I mean, it's a bomb. So yeah, so that's basically that whole, because Nina and Scott, everything's good. Okay, yeah.
And kudos, let's give kudos to Mark Teschner, because the casting of Esme.
Oh yeah.
The casting of just, Nicholas for one day, that guy was great. Yeah. It's just been amazing. It's been phenomenal.
I agree. I totally agree. Okay. I'm gonna save the other one. Because the other one is an umbrella one too. I guess we'll do a couple of shorties really quick to get in there. Brooklyn and Sunny haven't met up yet, which is kind of crazy. They haven't met up yet. It's saving them because
she knows he's back.
Right, because of Joss.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because her and Maxie have been getting closer.
Yeah.
But this week was a cutesy Chase and Brooklyn.
I can't wait for them to hook up.
Yes, me too.
Like, come on already. Well, it can't happen until her secret comes out. Hers and Maxie's secret comes out. But
yes. But he can't say anything either because he did a secret too for a baby.
Yeah. Yeah.
He did. Him and Sasha.
What did he say to her? I know you're up to something. She's like, don't worry, it's nothing you can arrest me for.
I know, I love that. Like, I love Brooklyn. Love Brooklyn. I
like the other actors too. When she was up, she was amazing.
But the character itself
is fabulous.
Has completely evolved. And almost like Maxie has too over the years. That's why I say I love them together because they can talk shit about their pasts, but also they're forging this real strong bond. Actually, they were not friends before this. They were not friends.
Well, that's mostly because of Lulu.
And
too.
Are they Crooklyn? That's a good name, Crooklyn. That's good. I think Esme likes Cameron. There was some looks between her and Cameron. There was a little bit of look there. I don't know if there's something going on there, but I don't know. If you're saying that that could get back at Joss, that would be a good thing.
Yeah.
That's all it would be. Get it back at Joss. So Brooklyn is still protecting the baby. That's all good and everything. So she's doing that. But here's the problem. Well, that leads to that storyline. Okay, we'll get that in a second. Terry and Liz and they're trying to get Finn and her together. Everybody's trying to get her and Finn together. I'm not excited about Finn and Liz.
I'm sorry, James.
Yeah.
I'm glad.
You guys in the chat room like what are they? Are they Lynn? Are they Liz? Fizz, or what are they? I don't know. I'm not feeling it.
Finn's lips should be a whole other character. Yeah. You don't read how he feels through his eyes. It's all in his mouth. If he's happy,
or
if he's sad, he's got the beautiful pouch.
He does. Michael Easton. I just don't feel it. So people are saying no. Okay, you guys agree with me in the chat room? Yeah, not great. I mean, I'm not super against them. I'm just like, I'm not feeling it. I'm just not feeling it. I'm trying to figure out who should Finn be with. I'm just not feeling it. Finn and Hayden. Well, that's another story.
Yeah, they were good. I liked Finn and Hayden.
But as we see Sean talking to Alexis, he's not any further along than he was before.
Yeah. And I love Sean and Alexis.
Oh, I hope they get together.
God, please.
Please.
That'd be so amazing.
Yes.
I was grateful. Go ahead.
Don't mention my moss, people. I miss my moss. You guys all know I do.
I think your hair should replace the moss.
The moss. I'll sit by the table.
The moss has nothing on you, James.
My hair, folks. I miss the moss. Not that weird water lily shit. Where's the moss?
I know.
It's weird.
It is weird. In water. Bring back the moss.
Bring back the moss. We're waiting on Hayden, so yeah. Also I actually don't mind Max and Austin. I don't mind them. I see chemistry. That's just me.
Yeah. I love Roger.
Okay.
It's not that I don't love Roger. It's just he's been cast so many times that I'm just.
So has Michael Easton. This is his sixth character.
I want him back as a vampire. Let's go back, or a cop on One Life to Live.
Tom McBain.
Right? Yeah. Yep. Whenever someone slips into the doctor role, I'm like.
But it's General Hospital.
I know, but I don't know.
It's supposed to have doctors.
I know. There's plenty of doctors.
No, I agree, folks. Gabriella, I am with you. I'm a huge Maxie. I'm a Spixie fan, so I would love to have them back together. Actually,
they're super cute.
They are cute. I want a reunion with the Moss and Sunny. I know there's no Moss. There's no Moss.
I will agree. Eileen says they are cute, Austin and Maxie. I will agree. To me, Maxie rarely has chemistry with anyone except Spinelli.
Yeah.
And that's been over for a really long time.
Yeah.
I really like the flirtation between Austin and Maxie. The way Roger pulls it off, you can see the smiles and the laugh is genuine.
Yeah. 1 second, folks. Technical difficulty.
Please hold.
It's 10,000 degrees in Los Angeles.
You turn it on the air.
My fan just turned off on its own and it also got super hot. Okay, I'm back. This is live television. It got super hot and I was starting to melt. I'm like, why is it off? I don't see how long I can't wait any longer. I had to turn it back on. You can play Detective Don McClane, a whole new thing. That's so funny. And a whole new one.
I'm surprised we've not seen Gladys or Brando yet. Now that Sunny is back. Oh, don't even get me started on Gladys.
I know they're coming. Don't worry, they're coming.
I don't get migraines, but that's what happens when I see her.
I love her. Bonnie Burrows, love her. It's coming.
Yeah, Roger is brilliant.
Don't worry, it's coming. It's coming. He just got back. He was busy dealing with this whole side thing with Spencer. I mean, with the whole cast line. He went to do his bipolar stuff is taken care of, so that was a good thing. But
and I'm glad they brought that up because I'm sorry, I totally forgot about that aspect.
Oh, really? Okay, yeah.
Totally forgot while he was Mike. It never even crossed my mind. Like, oh my God, I wonder if he's taking medication because of blah, blah. So when they brought that up, I was like, oh, bad. I'm so bad. Of course, that needs to be addressed.
Mm-hmm. Yes. We love Yuri. The guy who plays Yuri, love him. He got Monica avocado toast.
Mrs. Quartermain promised dessert. I got some dessert. Come on.
Okay.
Follow me, Yuri. I'll get you some cookies. Isn't that what Brooklyn said? We'll get you some cookies.
Yeah, exactly. I'm all about Yuri. Go on, Yuri. That's right. Mm-hmm.
Good.
That's a good one. It's a good one.
It's so good.
That was good.
And I have to say, going back to the flirtation between Austin and Maxie when they're at the diner, what's the name of the diner? Kelly's. They're at Kelly's. Austin said, "Can I join you?" And Maxie, she said something, just being forthright with you, letting you know that I've got 2 bodyguards outside the door. Oh, because Austin was worried she was here by herself.
Yes.
And let me stay with you because Peter's out there. And she said, just to let you know, I do have 2 bodyguards outside the door, but please don't let that stop you from joining me. I'm like, oh, that's so cute.
That was cute.
That was cute.
That was cute. I agree with you guys in the chat room. I also just mentioned this next. Epiphany. Our girl, my girl, Sonia Eddy, totally missed on the show.
So my God.
She's back. And her scenes with Britt were very cute.
I love them so. I love them so. Oh,
me too. But it was her and Sunny. I totally agree.
Did you
I did. I got a little teary when she was so happy to see him, and they hugged. It was like they hugged several times, and she just talked real with him.
Yeah,
I love it. That's how they are.
Her relationship with Jason, I just love. Yeah. She's just it. She's a matriarch.
She was spilling tea to Sunny. She's like, let me have a seat and tell you what's going on. I love it. But when she said the line, "I'm glad you're back."
Yeah.
It's like, the tears are coming out. I'm like, yeah, She's like, I'm glad you're back.
Now, I think you and I may have a difference of opinion, but I don't know. So you think that Sunny, because he remembers everything, when his memory came back, we weren't sure initially if he was going to remember Mike at all, or if he was just going to wake up as Sunny, but he remembers everything. So are you of the mindset that he does miss that a little bit, that persona, miss being Mike, kind of have some regrets about being Sunny again? Or what's your deal? What's your take on that whole thing?
So I guess we'll go into that. I've been saving. There's a lot to talk about in this whole section.
Okay, so I wasn't sure if you had talked about it yet.
No, we haven't.
Okay.
Another show. The last week we just talked about the reunion. So we didn't talk about this. Now we have the fallout this week. A little beginning of the fallout. So if we jump around a little bit, it's because there's a lot of stuff in this. There's a lot of components in this storyline. So with Sunny, it's a perfect segue into Sunny running into Nina in front of his grave.
That's so weird. Ugh.
I love the symbolism though. I love that.
Totally.
I love when he tells Jason, "We need to get rid of that now." Please? I love that. I just love it. That was, and he went and saw Mike too, of course. But I just thought, okay, Sunny's. So you have Jax on one end. That's another thing too. You have Nina on the other end. You have Maxie going to Nina. I think he's protecting you.
And I never thought of that.
Me neither. He hasn't told hardly anything yet about any of that stuff. He hadn't told anything. So when he was sitting there with Nina at the thing, he didn't go off on her the way he should have, or he would have. I think it's because he liked part of that Mike. He liked being Mike.
Well, he went off on her at the hospital back in Nixon Falls.
Yeah, but I feel like he's literally letting it go, so to speak. And I'm thinking that's not Sonny normally. When he feels wronged, it's about scorching the earth. That's what Sonny does.
Yeah.
I think that he has feelings. He's confused. He has feelings for Nina.
I don't think he has feelings for Nina.
I do. I would disagree on that. I think he does. I think deep down, Mike is in there, and he's confused by it. It's like Mike is in there, and when she said to him, "You were happy. You liked tending bar. You liked not having worry or care in the world." You know, with the. But
that wasn't real.
It doesn't matter.
It wasn't real. And what I did love was before he got his memory back, there was the whole scene between him and Mike, with him and his father. You know, it's his loss of memory started with him and his father, and his regaining his memories had that scene. And Mike said to him, "You are that person, that kind, you have that kindness in you. You have that compassion already in you. But this isn't your life. If you want to die, then you're going to hold on to being Mike. If you want to live, then you need to come back to reality, but know that you already have those good qualities in you."
See, everybody in chat agrees with me. He went off on Nicholas more than he went off on Nina. He went off on Claudia Zakara more than he went off on Nina. I'm telling you, there's something confusing to, because Maurice Bernard, I said this last episode, Maurice Bernard and Cynthia Watros deserve Emmy nominations alone.
Totally.
For those scenes. She's cuckoo crazy, but when he's looking at her and he starts to tear up when she talks about that time. Come on, Tanya, there's something there. It's probably confusing. You're right. It wasn't real, but it was real. That's the thing about split personalities. And it's this weird, your brain.
See, that's the thing. I mean, you go back to split personality. Yes, yeah. She took advantage of that.
She did.
Nothing that happened was...
She did, but still, he got feelings for her. It didn't matter. He still developed feelings for her as Mike.
She was the only woman in Nixon Falls. She had blonde hair, like the memory.
Hey, that's true.
Kept flashing. You know, she's the only woman. There was no other woman in Nixon Falls. It was Phyllis and Nina.
That's true. Yeah, that's true. No, but
I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying.
I think it's confusing. I don't think he's in love with her like Nina is. I think there's some. I think he's thinking to her and this softer side.
I don't know. To your point, he's confused about how to marry that persona of Mike with that persona of Sonny.
Yes.
He's not sure how to meld those.
I agree.
Worlds.
Right. Because he cares about Phyllis, and that's something we have to deal with her still. We haven't dealt with her yet. When she got cold to Nina the week before.
Nina destroyed Phyllis's life.
I know. Everything.
And Phyllis is so magnanimous when she says it's just brick and mortar. Like, no.
But she was like
just brick and mortar.
But she was like, we'll deal with this later. She didn't have time for that right now.
It made me sick when that burned. It made me sick.
But I think he is confused.
Yeah, I think everyone's confused. Carly, obviously.
Well, you got Charlie. You got Charlie on the other hand going,
you know,
we should have told Sonny. We got to tell. I mean, we can't tell Jason this. So we got to tell Sonny. I'm like, so now, and then he goes back to Britt the next day. Hi, Britt. And I was like, no, Britt used to be like, no, MFer. You cut me down for whatever reason you chose. I'm like, but she has feelings for him too.
When Carly said to Jason, what are we going to tell Sonny? I yelled at the TV, you're not going to tell him anything.
Right. What's there to tell?
You told him what you needed to tell him is that you got married for the business, which is true.
Right.
All this other stuff, these feelings, they're just...
Right. what are you talking like? But they're making this a big deal, though.
And that's why I thought Sonny doesn't need to tell Carly anything in regards to what happened between him and Nina. And Nina had this attitude of, well, I know he's going to tell Carly about us because she wants to rub it in.
Well, let's get to it then. Let's get to it. Let's get to the fight heard around the world. So Nina's visiting Wiley. I had a problem with this too, kind of like, why is this happening at the Quartermain house? Like, really? That's what happened. Whatever. The setup was weird. How it got to them and how she found or whatever. Fine, whatever. But the fight was good. I actually like the fact that Nina stood up to her. She may be crazy, but she's showing us now. So here's feisty Nina. That's what I needed. That's what I needed to see. Whether she's right or wrong, that's another story. But I needed this feisty Nina. And Nina was right at first. She was wrong. She knows she's wrong about the whole big thing is wrong. But the different things she brought up were true.
But listen, she's just like her. No, I'm not going to say she's like her daughter. Her daughter's just like her because everything is Carly's fault. I know, but it's all Carly's fault. It's exactly Nell's story. Everything is Carly's fault.
But so I would do the rebuttal, counterpoints. That old show. You're old enough to know what I'm talking about. But here's the thing. Carly's gotten away with several things, and I had to pay for them either. So I'm not saying this is two wrongs make a right, but I like the fact that. But no, I'm saying what I'm saying is in Nina's mind, that's what it is. She's going, well, you let my daughter die.
She didn't let her die, though. But Carly did not push her off the cliff. She tried to help her.
But Jax convinced her not to say anything.
Cover it up. Totally get that. But Carly had nothing to do with Nell's death.
No, that part, no. But she could have said something.
But it wouldn't have meant that Nina would have been able to have met her daughter and then helped her or saved her.
I just think that Carly has a lot of skeletons in her closet too. And so I like that Nina, in her craziness though, said, I'm going to bring some of this stuff up. Carly is a bitch to her. She is. She did call to tell her.
Absolutely.
Carly started in on her.
Shut her down. Totally agree. And when Nina brought that up, Carly said, oh, so because you got mad at me, you decided for the next 8 months not to tell us that Sonny was alive.
Yeah. And
I'm like, yeah, that kind of sucks.
It does suck, but yeah. I'm like her, yeah. I did this.
That's all wrong. That's all. No. Delusional Nina.
I don't know. I kind of was a little bit on Nina's side a little bit.
No. I get Maxie. I get Maxie being able to come from that.
Here's my problem with all that. I said online, and I got a lot of I got mixed reaction to my response to that. I think Maxie going to Carly was wrong. I thought it was out of character. I thought she shouldn't have did it because Nina's keeping her secret. So people gave me all kinds of reactions. Maybe people said they agree with me. Others said no, it was a right for her to do that. There's a whole bunch of different things. But I still stand by my statement. I think, and I'm gonna say it here on the show, you gotta think whatever you want. All 66 of you. I think it was still wrong. They could have, to me, it was lazy on the writers. They could have found someone else to tell Carly or find out another way. But to have Josh bring Maxie over to tell, you should know before anybody hear from anybody. I was like, I didn't like that.
And Joss didn't know. Like when she brought Maxie over, I thought Maxie had told Joss.
No, she didn't know.
But she didn't. And so when Maxie was telling them both at the same time, it was beautiful to see Joss / Carly just not lay into Maxie, but just get really overly emotional. While Carly was you could see
yeah. That's what I mean. I'm sorry, I stand by. I think Maxie's wrong.
I didn't understand that choice of having Maxie be the
right. Why Maxie?
Either.
It could have been anybody else. It could have been, we could have overheard her. It could have been something.
Was it her relationship with Jake? Like, I don't know. She doesn't owe Carly anything.
No.
Sonny, Jason, I don't know. I wasn't really clear about that.
I think it was lazy writing. I think it was just a way to get them there. I think the fight should happen at Quartermain Mansion because like that's not their house. Like why would they? I mean, makes no sense.
But who should have revealed it then, and where should it have happened?
Either at Sonny's place or a restaurant, Metroport,
in public.
Be kind of fun. It could have been anybody. It could have been like, you were overhearing Nina talk about it. Like Nina's talking to Maxie or something, or Jax giving it up. They had Jax in her fight afterwards. So what if her and Jax fought first? And Jax doesn't slip stuff. And then she goes in. That could have worked also. That would have been much more plausible.
Yeah. That's a
good. And her and Jax. But see, Jax, I hate the character, but I'll tell you something. He's not perfectly wrong either.
He's not. But he's been a complete jackass. Like, do you think on some level, on some level he still wants Nina back?
I don't know. That's a good question.
Because Joss said, you are over her now, aren't you?
But see, I almost think that he wants Carly.
No.
I don't know. They've been playing it like, I mean, I don't know.
No.
I don't know.
I don't believe that. I think he still wants Nina on some level.
But see, I don't know. I just think that, the whole thing with her, Carly and Jack's been fighting for months. They've been fighting. They've been fighting over Joss. And Jax has for both women. I think so too. I think on some level he still wants the old Carly he had. He doesn't want Carly with these two mob guys.
He said the minute Sonny was declared dead was Carly's opportunity to step out of the business and into Jax's perfect world. And she chose not to do that. And that really pissed him off. So maybe it was an ego thing.
And he said to Carly, I don't want you with Sonny or Jason.
Well, I think it's because of the whole mob thing and the danger.
I'm saying that he made it clear to her, I don't want you with either of them. Because she was saying it's about Sonny. You hate Sonny, 25 years, you hate Sonny. So I don't want you with either of them.
Right.
And if you look at his track record, he's not a fan of either of them.
No.
Not a fan either. So
although he did say to Jason, I couldn't communicate with Sonny, but I think the two of us can have a communication and you'll be able to understand where I'm coming from. And then even Jason shut him down, but way back then.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, that's the thing. It's like he's trying to protect his daughter, which I totally get it.
Yeah.
And now with those two mob guys dead, apparently, who knows what's coming next? And trying to declare Sonny alive and all that stuff is gonna be crazy.
The beauty of it is Joss is such an amazing character. And Eden McCoy is just so freaking brilliant. She embraces her life. She doesn't always like it. She doesn't like having bodyguards, but she accepts it and embraces it and respects her mother, looks up to her. And I love the relationship between Carly and Joss.
I agree.
I just love the relationship. They're two peas in a pod. She's what did someone say in the chat? Carly 2.0.
I mean, and I get Jax did try to get Nina to confess. And they're like, but everybody's argument is, but you let Nina talk you out of you telling. You put it in her crazy hands.
He could have stopped the wedding if he had told Carly his hunch.
Yes.
Could have stopped the wedding. But I'd love that scene between Alexis and Jax. Yes. Before he goes to Nixon Falls, he goes to see Alexis. Like, can you talk me out of this, please?
She's like, don't do it.
He's like, I'm telling you, I don't know what you're up to, but don't do it.
That was funny. Like, don't do it.
What do you think of Dante and Sam? Oh God.
Anybody watches this show, we hate them together. So I mean, it's too incestuous to us. They're two related. They share brothers and sisters, and she was with Sonny at one point. I mean, it's too weird. I see no chemistry. It's too weird. If they do one more baseball thing, I'm like, no, on this show, we're not a fan. We're not a fan of those together.
And does Olivia deserve to be railing on Ned the way she is?
So I have a nephew who's just recently been diagnosed autistic on the spectrum, and so I'm learning a lot about it through my niece. I'm learning. He's 8. I'm learning works and his behavior. I used to think he just didn't like me. I went through it myself. His sister loves me, jumps on Uncle James, blah blah. Then he would, like my mother too. Like he's with his grandmother, he's very direct. I guess his great grandmother at this point. Yes, great grandmother. Very direct with her. Like, no, I don't want that. Yes, I do. My mother gets it. Like it's about learning how to deal with people on their level, and they actually be really functioning once you know what you're dealing with. So this storyline is really painful for me to watch, kind of, because Brooklyn and Olivia are reacting in a way that's so like it's not possible. Like you talk like what? It's all about Austin.
It's all about Austin. Which really bugs me.
Right, you're really blaming and putting all this stuff on Austin. We're like, but this is a real thing we're talking about. And the scenes with Ned, Wally Kurth gets, and that little actor gets, lots of attention for this. Was so I've dealt with it. Very realistic where they don't look at you. My nephew's very smart. He does puzzles and with like nobody's business. Lines of all his cards, all the things that they do in the spectrum. It's really interesting. And there are times when he's friendly to me in his own way. Like I'm learning how to navigate it. And I'm just watching Wally Kurth warm my heart as he played because Ned is like, I'm getting it. There is something off with him. I think he's probably on the spectrum. And I think him and Austin had a moment where he saw this is not about the Quartermaine money.
He'd never use a child. Austin said that repeatedly. I'd never use a child.
These chicks are going crazy. It's like, no, he's like, and not like, no. Men aren't the way chicks are like. We have to understand that a woman scorned, right? That's a whole thing. Not a man scorned. We don't act the same way. We do our own revenge, but not the same way. And yes, and Ned's conversation with Jason, it was a great man-to-man, cousin-to-cousin conversation. When he said to him, now that Sonny's back, what does that mean for you?
Talk about confusion.
Yes.
Were you just going to go back to being the second in command kind of thing? What does this mean for you? Yeah. Great conversation. And I also I wrote this down because I just love it. So Ned, I wrote this down. They talk about Monica. It's about the Quartermaines. I love, like it or not, you're still one of us. And he smiled and goes, I know. Yeah.
He loves Monica.
Yeah.
He's tied to that family.
I love the relationship.
I do too, but he's tied to that family. That's what it is. And Ned, as he said, I have to speak for the Quartermaines. He's the patriarch. He's the de facto patriarch of the family.
Yeah.
And so he's doing his best to try to carry on the latest Quartermaines, basically.
And it upset me. I mean, not so much Brooklyn going off on Ned, but the way Olivia went off on him. To me, it was like a mother in denial about anything being wrong. And there's nothing wrong with being autistic or on the spectrum. And so that really bothered me.
Because Austin did not use any bad words.
No.
He was very careful in his
He said,
wording.
There's nothing wrong going on here. I just think there's better ways for Leo to be able to communicate, and by seeing someone to help him be able to communicate better. No, the way Austin said it was done so beautifully. Mm-hmm. And Olivia, I just wanted, oh my God.
I know. Like, girlfriend.
Yeah.
I mean, but I guess that's realistic. And so in the chat room, yes, that'll be her storyline, her her acceptance and all of that. I guess that'll be the storyline.
Yeah.
And she'll have to come to that conclusion, and it might be beautiful and all that later. Once she gets to that conclusion.
Yeah. I mean, maybe because I've never experienced anyone, that has autism. I don't consider it. It's not like someone has cancer.
Right.
It's not a death sentence to me, or there's no connotations. It's just a different reality. And to your point, you just have to learn how to navigate and communicate with that person.
Mm-hmm. Side note, Austin and Scott, they announced that 2 weeks from now he has a court date. So they're looking at to come up with
right.
But you said there was a line between Carly and Nina that you loved as they were fighting. A line, and she was like, because they're ready to fist fight.
Yeah.
And the gentleman came in. Jason came in. He had her phone.
Thank God Joss called Jason.
Yep. And she said, what did she say? She said, I will
burn your life down and spit on your ashes. And I was like, amen.
But Jason was like, calm the F down, lady. And then Sonny was like, calm down. Let it go. Let her lose everything. Like, don't do anything extra. But
which is a great point.
It is, but Carly's like, she's like, has Carly ever done nothing? Nothing. No.
I know, but it's just like, for a moment, I could totally relate. My husband is alive, and this woman kept it from his entire family. I would have, and I think I mentioned this to you, I would have thrown open. Now, this is my fantasy. Tami would never react this way. This is why I love soap operas. Tami would have entered the room, thrown the doors open, grabbed Nina by the hair, and bashed her skull into the Carrera marble coffee table. That's how I would have initially handled the situation. The fact that Carly didn't do that was like, that's commendable.
I'll just put a tag. Might as well put a tag on Carly's ear. So that's hilarious. I think Carly has right to be upset. What? I'm sorry, what?
No.
Oh, yeah, no, Carly has right to be upset. No, I do. She does. She has the right to be upset. The kids have a right to be upset. And like Nina said, I'll apologize. She was like, I'll apologize there. I'll apologize to 7th grade teachers. I'll apologize to everybody. But she goes, I will never apologize to you, bitch.
That was a good line. That was a good line.
Because I'll apologize to my 7th grade teacher. I'll apologize to everybody.
That was an amazing line. I will say that.
It was. Nina was like, I'm saying, the fight was good. It was good. But no, she does have a right. And she has a right. Carly has a right to be upset. But Nina and Carly have a history. And so, it's again, 2 wrongs make a right, of course. But I kind of get where Nina's crazy brain is going. That's all I've been saying. Oh, yeah. And the sauce.
It's all the sauce's fault, actually.
Frank Moran said, that sauce is sitting there somewhere. Trina got that sauce. He made fun of it so heavily. And it was the sauce.
Here's the writers in the room. How are we going to put this together? How are we going to tie this? The sauce.
Sauce.
That's it. Trina brought back some sauce. That's it.
That's so funny.
Hashtag it's the sauce.
The sauce.
It's in the sauce.
Carly said, when Carly said, I regret nothing that happened to Nell.
I don't blame her. Nell is irredeemable. Is that a word? Irredeemable?
I think it is.
Nell has no conscience. No. Nell is like Sheila Carter. You cannot ever give her an inch. Because she'll slit your throat. Ask Brooklyn.
Right. Oh, right. You're right.
I'm telling you. I don't think Esme is like that, but I don't know. I hope they keep her. I hope they keep Esme. I like her.
So that's that part. I know. So we're gonna end it here because we talked for an hour and a half.
Story is exhausting. All this drama.
An hour and a half we've talked, kids. 69. They're up to 75 people watching. We're talking. I'm ending it here. If we're missing something, I don't think we are. If we are,
I'm sorry, guys.
We've talked enough. This was a lot of story, kids. A lot of story. We enjoy it, but I got to show you after this. So I can be sitting talking forever. But it was good. It was a good week, and I think this week's gonna be very interesting.
Yep.
more fallouts, more reunions.
Spencer, can't wait.
Oh, and Esme. Oh yeah, and Nina and Ava. She infected them.
Oh yeah.
I know. It's gonna be, because remember, Nicholas got excited. He was like, wait a minute. Sonny's alive. That's great.
That's right.
It's amazing. That's great. But at least that part of the storyline is over now.
Yeah. Now it's fallout for everybody.
Yes, so we see some delicious fallout. And again, it's Peter's story. I'm like, I don't know where this is going. He's still alive.
I love the recast of Drew. I mean, I love Billy, what was his name?
Billy Miller.
I love Billy Miller. But I do like Ryan.
Cameron Matheson.
Yeah.
He was Ryan.
Ryan, right? On All My Children? Yes. Greenlee and
yes.
Ryan. I love them.
Yes, I know that Charlie has fans. Lucretia's a fan of Charlie. I'm not, but she's a fan of Charlie. So she's made that known a couple episodes ago. I'm not a fan of Charlie at all. But I know she is. So, and yes, and the KFC sauce that Maxie has hidden in her apartment. Frank Moran always jokes about that. So, yes. But Rena Sheen, Port Misery, Kirsten Marie, Daisy Flower 40, Texas Rangers fan, Kathy Stewart, DG, Eileen Kopic, I Leopard Pardis, I would say Susan Russo, Naughty Expressions, let's check these names, Lauren Ziegler, 1000 Lottner, Dolores L., who found us today, Joe Costanzo, Chartreuse Owl, always love your name, Nathan Banks, Lori C. I'm make sure I get all these people, and we've been doing this for 7 years, whatever. Gabriella C. Make sure I get you're in there. Annie Goen, of course. Oh, Annie Goen. Let's see, Roller Skate Kate, Jason Jose. It's my first time seeing your name in here. I don't know you, so I'm welcome to the show. Welcome to our show. Kimmy Sylvester, I know you. Port Misery is also a podcast on Port Charles, so go ahead and check them out. They were guests on our show a while back, but I'm back on at some point. Also, if you have a chance, check out GH 10th Floor, our friends over there. They also have been on our show before. Also, check out 66 Harbor View, another GH podcast that's been on. We have a lot of GH podcasts that we love very much, and that there's no, Tami is gorgeous. Thank you, Tony JC, and Tony JC is in here. Yeah, 65 people watching. There's some great GH podcasts. Some said because we did it, they started their own, which I'm glad for people to kind of take what we do and run it off. So there's enough room for all of us to talk about General Hospital, which is one of our favorite shows. So we're very happy about that. Also have audio dramas. So check out our audio drama. Some more soapy goodness. Forever and a Day is coming back. We have a new promo out for season 3. It's gonna be so good. Peppermint Winters, which stars Tami Goveia. That's out also, new episode tomorrow. Also, we have Amor, starring Cesar Espino, that comes out on Thursdays. So we got all kinds of stuff. We have all kind of our dramas, these dramas. We got everything.
And Sean's book. Do you have Sean's book in front of you?
Oh yeah, and Sean Kanan, because Sean Kanan is from General Hospital. My buddy Sean
is.
Has a new book called The Way of the Cobra, and here's the back. I'm thanking the book because we're good friends. He wrote the book for me. I saw him the other day. He's doing great. Get his book, get it anywhere. And stay tuned for some Sean Kanan JLJ media goodness. We're working on some stuff, so just keep in mind on that. Yes, and Leo Pardis did some wonderful fan art of me on Instagram. So thank you so much for drawing me. Anybody who does anything that's to do with me, I'm very just shocked. And so thank you. And thank everybody. Thank Tami. Sorry, thank more Tami, please. Well, Tami has a lot. Has a life. She can't do everything. So
you have to watch Bold and Beautiful on Y&R, you guys.
Yeah. But she may come back again. She may come through again, of course.
Totally.
And Pier 54 is great too. We love Pier 54. It's another good podcast too. We love the ladies over there too. But I try to name everybody. Come everybody. We know we love them. I love Pier 54. They love me. I love them. They are fans of mine. I'm fans of theirs too. They'll be back on here too. We're gonna back on. Shout out to Lucretia Lyon, who could be here. They're working on moving back to Los Angeles. So she's working on that right now. I want my girl back in LA. And Frank Moran is busy at a football game. So he's having a good time over there watching in our new stadium in Inglewood where I live. He literally is around the corner from me right now. He's around the corner over there watching the game. But Tami Goveia says, you are new to a lot of people. If you guys don't know who she is, follow her. Where can they follow you?
You can find me on Instagram at Tami.Goveia and Facebook and Twitter, Tami Goveia. Would love the conversation. So engaged.
Yeah, talk to her. Talk to her. If you don't see her, talk to her. See what she's got going on. And also on our network, she has a show called Some Like It Classy, which is getting a lot of attention again this week, Tami. You got to check out her great interviews. There's interviews on there too, so check that out. So I'm where all James Lott Jr. is going to be sold at James Lott Jr. on all social media platforms. Flow Boy says I'm always out of inventory, not enough for me. But I'm still going to be sold. So it can still be bought somewhere. But follow me there and on TikTok. I'm back on TikTok doing all kinds of shenanigans. So go ahead. And Adam Woods. Oh my God, more James. I love Adam Woods. I'll be talking to him in about an hour here on this network. So Adam Woods coming out, coming up. But everyone, please be kind to each other. Be kind to yourselves. And I don't care how people think about this, but I say wear a mask when needed and also get vaccinated. Help the country get back to normal because I want my life back in the way it was before. That's all I'm going to say about that. I love you guys. Bye.